Weapons. Nearly every video game ever made has at least one. Some games use real-world weapons, other games just make them up entirely. I've compiled a short list of my favourite weapons in video games that aren't exactly normal by most people's standards. I'm sure there's loads of amazing weapons that I've forgotten about over the years, but these are the ones that really stuck with me, so without further ado, this is my top 5 favourite unconventional weapons in video games. Number 5. Squall's Gunblade from Final Fantasy VIII. Who doesn't love landing a critical hit in an RPG? Everyone loves it. But the satisfaction of knowing you've dealt extra damage is kinda lessened by the fact that it's an automatic process governed only by your crit percent stat. The Gunblade Squall uses in Final Fantasy VIII eliminates that entirely. As you strike an enemy, you can press R1 to pull the trigger on the Gunblade and score a critical hit. Strangely, this doesn't actually shoot the enemy as you slice them, but rather it creates a shockwave that travels down the barrel and amplifies the damage done by the blade itself. However it works, it's damn satisfying to use, and a gun mixed with a sword is anything but conventional. Number 4. The wabbajack from Skyrim. The staves in Skyrim all felt kind of weak sauce and pointless to me. I'd much rather use my own spells or a sword or something. The exception to this is the wabbajack, the artifact of the Daedric Prince of Madness, Sheogorath. Anyone who's met Sheogorath in the various Elder Scrolls games knows that he really lives up to his title, and his artifact is the weaponized incarnation of his madness. The staff's enchantment is random. Literally, it casts a random effect on the target, which includes, but isn't limited to, healing, various destruction spells, invisibility, paralysis, instant kill causing the target to explode into a pile of pitchforks, unequip the target's armor, transforming the target into a number of objects such as a rabbit, a sweet roll, or a fountain of gold septims. One thing's for sure, you're never sure what's going to happen when you pull out the wabbajack. Number 3. The ballistic knife from Call of Duty Black Ops. First, you make a gun game. Then, you make the most powerful weapon in that gun game a knife. But what's the next step? Why, you make a knife that can shoot, of course! Slap on some perks that allow you to run faster than normal, never get tired while sprinting, and be invisible on the radar if you keep moving, and boom! You've got yourself one fun loadout. They don't give you much ammo, but you can retrieve used knives from wherever they hit, meaning you never really have to change to a gun if you don't want to. Holding the ballistic knife even makes your melee attacks much faster. You know, those attacks that are instant death. It's always handy to be able to do that faster than your opponent. Of course, if you miss with the ballistic knife, you're almost certainly a dead man. You might even call it a double-edged knife. I'll show myself out. Number 2. The dildo from GTA San Andreas. What more needs to be said? Beating people to death with a giant purple double-ended dildo is something you can only do in a select few games, and San Andreas was the first of that few. Curiously hidden in a police station shower, this weapon isn't particularly powerful, useful, or impressive. But you should have seen my face when I first discovered it in 2004. These days, such a thing would be dismissed without much attention, but back then it's all anyone could talk about when discussing San Andreas. Before we get to the number 1 spot, I want to quickly look at some weapons that just missed making the list. These are the honourable mentions. Number 1. The BFG 9000 from Doom. This isn't the big friendly giant 9000, this is the big fucking gun 9000. One of the most iconic room-clearing weapons in all of gaming.
When you absolutely, positively got to kill every motherfucker in the room, except no substitutes.
The way damage is dealt with this weapon is surprisingly complicated, involving invisible rays emitted by the player in a cone shape, the origin of which changes if the player moves. All you need to know is that when you pull the trigger, shit dies, regardless of whether or not the green giant ball of plasma hit the enemy you were aiming at. In Doom 2016, they dedicated an entire level to revealing and rewarding you with the BFG 9000, and it was fucking awesome.
Expulsion to commence in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Activating laser security system. proceed to the Lazarus area to launch the next level.
And that's why it's my number 1. And that's it. My top 5 favourite unconventional weapons in gaming. I'd love to hear what some of your favourites are, and if you have any ideas of top 5 lists you'd like to see me do in the future, let me know. Who knows? Maybe I'll do them. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching this awesome video. Click the window on the left if you want to see a playlist containing more videos like this. Click the window on the right if you want to see my latest video. And clicking the circle in the middle will subscribe you to my channel. And let's face it, if you enjoyed this video, you might as well subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos like this. Peace.